For this next part, I want you to notice that I'm logged in as me, not as my test student. So what I'm going to try to do is explain how you can collaborate with somebody. So I'm going to pretend that I just got an email from my friend, the Wacona Music Test student, that said, "Hey, Mr. Abuse, can you play the euphonium for me? I'd like you to play Countermelody 17 on the euphonium." And I said, "Sure, I'll do that." So how to do that? Well, I'm going to go into my library. I'm going to open up a personal project. This is not a Matrix Music project. I'm just going to open a brand new blank project. And what's important is that I set the tempo to be at 88 beats per minute, because that was what the original file is at. So if I record something at 88 beats per minute and send it to the Wacona Music Test student, they will have a file that they can just drop into place. So here I go. I've got my metronome turned on, I've got my tempo set, and I know what I need to play. So here it goes. Okay, so I've got my recording. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit. So it's only from measures 1 to measure 9, and I'll give it a title. I'll save it. And then I'm going to go to File, Download. So I'm going to download this whole mix down. It's only one track. And I'll save it as a high quality MP3. Now that, since it's on my computer, I can just put that on my desktop and I can upload it later to Google Drive. So here's what I can do. I can go into my Google Drive and I'll just add this Countermelody. I'm going to put it in a folder though. I'll just drag it on in. And so here it is. So great. So now all I have to do is do share. So I can share with a certain person. Wacona Music Test student is going to get this Countermelody. So I'll do send. So now Wacona Music student goes to their drive, logs in, and there's the Countermelody. So you're going to have to do this on an actual computer. So that MP3 file is now downloaded, and downloaded from Brian Rebuse. So now Wacona Music Test student has downloaded that file. So Wacona Music Test student can put that file anywhere. You can put that on your desktop, you can put it on a flash drive, you can put it in a couple different places. This will probably not work on a Chromebook because a Chromebook doesn't have a hard drive, but you could do it on a phone, you could do it on a laptop. So just for a few minutes to get this collaboration thing done, put your Chromebook away and use a different computer. So then Wacona Music Test student goes back into their project, right? And we're going to add a track. So I'm going to import audio MIDI, and I'm going to go to the desktop where I had saved that euphonium part, and I'm going to open it. And there it is. There's the euphonium part. So the euphonium part can get played right along with the melody. It's at 88 beats per minute and it just fits in just fine. So I'll just unmute all this stuff and we'll be able to hear all of that stuff together. Let me thin this out a little bit. There's going to be a lot of mixing that has to be done here. So let's do the motif and the euphonium. works just fine. So there is a way that you can collaborate, and that is the counter melody that goes against these two melodies. Now, I'm getting a really thick texture here now. I've got all of these clarinets, I've got the drone, I've got all this stuff happening. So I'm going to have to be very careful in my mixing and my panning as I start to add these parts together. But this is a great way that you can collaborate and a great way that you can add that counter melody part to your melody. So to summarize where we are right now, I've got my clarinets in the beginning playing the rhythmic cell. I've got the drone that comes in. I've got the guitar that comes in with the melody. Or the, that is the motif. And then two guitars come in with the melody. And then finally here I have melody and counter melody with a euphonium that was flown in from a different place, from a collaborator. Now, this all has to be mixed, so we'll do a little bit more of that in the next video.